So what am I going to do about it? Let's fix it. I'm going to try to revive this. It's an awfully nice RF amplifier for the AM band, about 40 dB. First thing I need to do is take it apart and assess what parts are still usable and what parts are gone for good. See you later. Okay, we're in. Rotted out project box. I gave it some nice leather on the front panel, faux leather. Yuck. This is what fell out of the box as I was disassembling it. RF can is gone. The F connectors I'm not going to reuse. Tuning capacitor frozen and one of the leads corroded off. The knob set screw is corroded. Here's the guts. We've got the RF circuit board, high gain FET, and a buffer transistor. Two of the screws that are so rusted they won't come off the PC board. The switch, yeah, this needs to go. The battery container, no, that's bad. Other side of the PC board, I've seen worse. Fortunately, the AM RF coil appears to be intact, so there's a chance that we can revive this board. It's time to get all the mouse yuck off of my bench. And here is what is left. The antenna coil, which is fortunate because without that there'd be no point probably in reviving the project. The passive components, the PC board, which I carefully documented before I took apart. Unfortunately, the transistors corroded through. The leads are gone. I have an identification on one but not the other, but I know that it's a rather non-critical bipolar, so I should be able to get something that will work for it. And that's it. I'm going to have to replace every other part. I'm going to have to come up with a new enclosure. I'm probably going to do SMA because that's a little more modern than the type F connectors that were on there. And I probably won't reuse my faux leather front because it's disgusting. I have a number of little project boxes over there I could try to put this in. I do want to restore it, so I'll come back when I'm further along. It lives. After all the mouse urine and mouse turds have been cleaned off, it is alive. And I have 20 millivolts going in and 2 volts going out. And that is the tuning capacitor fully engaged. That is the tuning capacitor fully disengaged. I can probably tune that up a little bit so it'll cover the extended part of the AM band. My replacement housing, a slightly used junk box. I'm going to mount the board on standoff so the tuning capacitor will fit right behind the front panel. There's ample room for that nice original dial that I found. Power will come from a battery on the back. You really can't put much of a power supply on these without introducing a lot of distortion. I'm going to put the inductor vertical next to the board. Well, out the back, not vertical out the back, but it's going to be vertical with respect to the back panel. Made a nice new hole for it. The big hole from the old project that was in here will be used for power. Haven't decided whether to go BNC or to use these F connectors again, but next time you see this, it will be in the new housing. And so this is it. The preamplifier rescued from mouse pee and mouse turds, not mouse mummies. I fit it in a small aluminum box, and it has a gain of 40 dB or more across the band from 530 to 1600. It actually fit quite well in the box, which was already pre-drilled for the BNCs on each side. I put battery on the back because I don't have to worry about the purity of the power I might try to put a small linear supply in there at some time in the future. The coil was all but destroyed. I had to reconnect the primary with some borrowed wire from very fine stranded wire, but I was able to patch it and get it hooked up. Hope you've enjoyed this restoration video that shows even the most horrifically destroyed electronics can be restored. Unfortunately, the price was high. The only thing left original is the coil and 3 passives. Everything else had to be replaced. And here's a schematic if you want to do a screen capture. I'm going to seal that schematic up in the box for posterity in case anybody ever has to get in there again.